Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ecom Power podcast, the Walmart Marketplace podcast. Today, we have a very interesting topic. We're going to discuss how to, sorry, I'm missing this word, how to innovate your product. So what we're going to find out today is how can sellers stand out from Me Too products? How do you find the right product to innovate? And what mistakes sellers doing usually. So we're going to talk about that. But before we start, let's take a quick word from our sponsors.
Are you struggling with your Walmart marketplace business? Do you need help from a skilled and reliable virtual assistant? Well, look no further than Virtual Assistant Academy or VAA Philippines. VAA specializes in locating, screening, training, and supporting high-quality Walmart VAs in the Philippines. Their VAs receive extensive Walmart training and ongoing professional development and are committed to long-term working relationships with you. Partner with VAA and experience the peace of mind knowing that you have a dedicated Walmart-trained VA who's up to date with the latest tools and trends in the dynamic Walmart marketplace. Head over to VAAphilippines.com and let VAA match you with your ideal VA today.
All right, so today we're going to talk about how to innovate your product. And our guest today is the co-founder of HONU Worldwide, an innovation product developer and supply chain management and 3PL provider to Amazon brands. And I'm guessing more, right? Walmart and Shopify as well. He has helped several 7 and 8 figures brand to scale rapidly by buying smart from Asia and the US. He loves helping people design, develop, and manufacture innovation products. So say hi to Afolabi, and I'm gonna need you to say your last name because I don't want to mess it up.
I always tell people to sing it. So
To sing it,
it's
okay, let's try.
Afolabi Oyerokun.
Oyerokun.
Yeah, you did good. You
Okay,
did
I
good.
probably cannot
Nice,
say it
nice.
again, but yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So, how are you today?
I'm good, Michal. Nice. Thanks for having me
Yes,
on your show.
yes, it's good to see you again. So, let's get into our question. I do have a lot of questions for you. So let's talk a little bit on how can sellers stand out from Me Too products?
Good question. So, in case we have our listeners here that don't know what a Me Too product is, it's a product that is, looks the same, you know, like every other product in the marketplace. We call it Me Too because, oh, Me Too, I want to sell that kind of product. So that's where the name Me Too come from. Um, it's a product that you're just slapping your logo or your own packaging and just selling it. It's not different from what everybody else is selling. You did a research on Jungle Scout or wherever software you use, and you found out that this product is selling, and you're like, me too, I want to sell this product. And then you start selling the same product, and then you realize very fast that you don't have any competitive advantage. You're always lowering your prices to compete with sellers from China and other places of the world, because guess what, sellers from other countries can live on 30 cents profit on a product. You and I cannot. If you live in the US or you live in North America or you live in Europe, you cannot survive on a 30 cents profit margin.
That
So
makes
you need,
sense. Now I understand
yeah.
why they can sell things so cheap. Now I never thought about it. That this is such a good point.
Yes, the low cost of, they have low cost of living in all
Yeah.
these countries, so it's okay if they make a little profit. But you go and compete with them, they can keep lowering the prices until they price you out of market. And it's another way to call it is race to the bottom. you always have to race to the bottom. You always have to drop your price till you get to a point whereby you're running at a loss. So Me Too product, that's Me Too product. And how can we change our game plan, or how can you change your mindset from selling just Me Too product to really selling products that has high value and that customers are not going to be comparing all the time? I would say the best way is to innovate, is to come out with something new, come out with something fresh. Because
Yes.
the moment a consumer can compare your product to another product, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because they were like, it's the same product. Why should I pay more for this same product? It looks the same, it's same color or same style. I don't have to pay more for it. Then you have to, the consumer will now have to make a choice with the lowest priced one, right? But if you innovate, you come up with a whole new product idea. This is something your competitors don't have. You come up with it. You take a simple product and you add your own features to it, or you change the style, you change the design, you make it multifunction, you spruce it up until it's very unique, so that when somebody's scrolling on Walmart or scrolling on Amazon or wherever you're selling, when they get to your product, they stop. They're like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is unique.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe, that the difference between Me Too products and what I call a value product or product innovation is all about.
Yeah, I agree. So what are the first steps to innovate a new product or innovate something that, you take in something already proven to sell very well and you want to, start doing something different?
Good question. So I'll use myself as an example and I'll use my story. When I started out in Amazon, I started out accidentally. I was actually doing the right thing when I started out. So I invented some shoes and I started selling it on Amazon, and it was going really good. And it got to a point that I realized it was my shoe was made wrong, and I people were returning the shoes because it wasn't the right sizes. So I folded it up. I sold off all my inventory, and then later on, I went back to Amazon into 2014, and myself and my friend we invented a yard sign. Now we looked into the market. Now to answer your question, I'm answering your question right now. You look into the market to find out what is really, really selling, and you come up with what are people complaining about with this product? What don't this product have? What are the features you wish this product have, but it doesn't have, right?
Yeah.
You look at, are there other ways to design this product so that you know it could be beautiful, it could be uh, it could be more appealing to consumers. It will be a store. It will be I call it a scroll stopper. When
Yeah.
someone is scrolling, you make them stop, right? Because it's so
Yes.
beautiful, it's so nice, it's so different from everybody else. So the first question to ask yourself is, what product, what is present out there? After you do your research and you find out best-selling products, you now ask yourself, what are people complaining about this product? Let me solve this problem. What are other things I could add to this product? Let me add it into the design and go back to the drawing board and redesign my product from scratch. I guarantee you, if you do that, it would work. We started by inventing one little product, and that product went out to gross millions of dollars in revenue from just one simple idea.
Yeah, I agree with you about the stopper, because I think, when I tell people, how to find the right product, like imagine you scrolling somewhere, even if you're going, to sourcing website, just see what catching your eye. And I think that's probably like where you should start. So I really like that. So how do you find the product? What is your method?
So finding the product, to rephrase that, I would say, how do you innovate a product? Or how do you, if let's break the finding process into two. The first process is to find out the categories or the niches or all the trends that are already doing well in our own category. When we started in our own category, we looked into the garden sign category, and then we found products that are bestseller. And when out of all the bestsellers, or out of the decent selling product, we found the ugliest ones, right? And we were like, okay, if these ugly products could be selling, what if we make ours to be so cute? Will it outsell these guys? Yes. The answer was yes, and then we proved it, and it really did very well. So the first place to find product is to do your research and find out what is already selling out there, and then look at what the ugly ones, or the ones that are most complained about, and people are still buying it because there are no other options in the market. That's why people buy bad products. If you see a bad product still selling, or if you see a product that the listing sucks, they're still selling, it's because people don't have options. They don't see any other better options out there. So you go there and you find ways to reinvent that product. And after you reinvent it, then you go and protect it. I would say to protect your idea, because the moment you launch that product, people are going to go after you, and the copycats will want to copy you again. So if you don't have any protection for your idea, protection in terms of patents, protection in terms of copyrights, if you don't protect your idea in one way or the other, the copycats will still come, and they'll still want to find a way to get rid of you, or to destroy the market for you.
Yeah. So that's taken me to the next question. So the next part is you found something that have a potential. Now you go and you do some changes. So that process is, it's not that you go to the manufacturer. It's like, like Me Too product, you just order, right? And then you put your packaging and your logo. Now you actually need to innovate something different, if it's a design or something. So how expensive this process can be, and like what other tips you can give people on, like, when they're actually innovating something, and to make sure that it's not going to be so easy to copycat, right?
Yes. So what are the steps to take? I'll break your question into two. What are the steps to take, and how much is it going to cost, right?
Yeah.
So the first step to take is more of putting your product idea down. It could be a sketch. You might be able to sketch it down, or you just write it down. All the things you want in your own new product, all the features and all the benefits you want in your own product. I'll say to write it down. If you're good in sketching, you can sketch it out. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just you can sketch it out. It's easy, So that would be the first thing. And then the second thing is to go find an industrial designer or a sketch artist, depending on what kind of product it is. If it is a product that has to do with doing CAD drawings or stuff like that, then I'll advise you get a card artist or an industrial designer to help you put your thoughts down into a 3D computer illustration. And after that, then you go into doing 3D prints. Your product, you may be able to print it 3D, so at least you can see what it looks like. And then you can do reviews before you start spending money on mold. I would say mold is the last thing you should spend money on. After you've proven your product, that's when you should go for mold making. You contact your mold supplier. You can find mold supplier in the US. You can find mold suppliers in China to help you do the mold. But I would advise that mold will be after you've tested your product to make sure that it's good. It's something that the market wants. And then you go and you can also do a short run, like 50 pieces, 100 pieces, and put it out there. See what the market says. Put it on Walmart, put it on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, wherever, and see what the market says. Some people also use Pickfu, put their product ideas in Pickfu and see how people will respond to it. If people are going to be like, oh my God, I love this product. This is so cool. Or people are going to be like, nah, I don't want it. At least you can get the cost, you can get the market feedback with your product before you start spending a lot of money. All right.
Yeah.
So so now we go into money. How much money will it cost? I would say it depends on the product. I've done products that didn't cost me more than maybe $2,000-$3,000 to do it. I've done products that didn't cost me more than $500 to do the prototypes, and I've done products that have cost hundreds of thousands to do it. So it depends on how complex your product is, how
Yeah.
big of a size it is, and also how much work it is. So when you talk to an industrial designer, or you can reach out to me, I'd like to brainstorm with you. uh, I'll be able to tell, like, okay, all right, this product, it's going to be, uh, have a budget of 10,000 for this product, or have a budget of 25,000 for this product. Or I can help you take a look at it. I'm like, well, I would say to make some changes in this product so that you can reduce the cost of production, or you can reduce the cost of development of this product. There are so many customers that, so many brands that came to me and they say, oh, we want to make this product. I'm like, no, don't make it that way. If you make it that way, you're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to waste thousands and thousands of dollars if you make it that way. How about we make it this way? If you make it this way, you're going to achieve the same result, but your cost of production or your cost of development will be way lower. Some savings as much as 10, 15, $20,000 just in savings in the way you go about developing your product. So it really depends on what kind of product it is. That will determine how much money you're going to spend on developing the product.
Yeah. So actually start talking about my next question. So sellers that you see developing, what mistakes are they doing? Like what you just talked now, like what are the most common mistakes?
I would say most common mistakes, people are trying to build products that are not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
They are not manufacturable, if I can use that word. People come to me with designs. I'm like, that's not manufacturable. A little bit to make it easy to build, or to make it very cost efficient to build it. So the number one mistake is people have the products are too complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Too complex, too
Mm-hmm.
complicated. It's supposed to be very simple, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. The product we launched in 2014, after I went back to Amazon, it was so simple. It was really simple. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's just straight common sense product. So make sure your product is realistic. Make sure it's not too complicated. It's not too complex to make. And the second one is people go ahead and make second mistake is people go ahead and start spending money on mold. Uh, Mold could cost you thousands. It will cost you thousands to, maybe, who knows? I've seen molds as much as $200,000-$300,000 before. So instead of starting to spend money on mold, why don't you do a 3D print of your product first? The number three mistake people make is they use the wrong materials for their product. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to use wood. I'm like, wood is not the only thing you can use for this product. You could use composite materials. You could
Yeah.
use PVC. You could use so many different types of materials to build this product, right? So they are probably married to one type of material and they want to stick to that material, but it's going to be very expensive to make their products in that. Um, Another mistake that people make is impatience. They are very impatient to build their product right. They want everything to happen so fast, and in that process, they make a lot of mistakes, right? Because they're rushing it. The Another mistake is they don't have enough budget to finish the product. I would say 8 out of 10 innovative product design projects never come to a conclusion. They never finish it because there's no money to finish it. They start, they don't know how much to prepare before you get into this product design, and then you get into it and you get stuck in the middle of the road and you can't go back, you can't go forward. You just get stuck, and people abandon projects a
Yeah.
lot because they just don't
Yeah.
have enough to take care of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a friend right now in this situation that she did invented the product and she made it so good, and it starts selling very well, and she spent so much money on launching and ads and so many strategy, and now she have to order more merchandise and she doesn't have the money. So let's talk about this for a second. So what would you advise her in that case?
Well, she's already launched. She already made that mistake already.
Yeah.
I wish you could turn back time and reverse
Yes.
and go fix that problem, but at least she's learned a lesson that you need
Yeah.
to prepare money. I would say she has to go to friends and family to be able to get money to buy her inventory because she already finished spending all her money on
Yeah.
things that are not so important at this time. Unfortunately, she would have to go find money to buy her inventory because she already spent money on things that
Yeah.
the priority, she misplaced that priority. The priority was supposed to have a finished product, but she kept on spending money on other things that are not, at the moment, they're not important.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they're doing what they've been told. So I think today when you launch a product, you've been told that you need to spend thousands of dollars on ads. Do you have any others? Like, do you agree with that? Do you think there's different strategies to launch something successfully?
Well, while I'm not a launch expert, I would advise that anybody wanting to launch any product should at least make sure the product is finished uh, before spending so much money. Because look, if you don't have a finished product, you're going to get a bad review because your product is not fully done. So people would tend to give you bad reviews because the product is falling apart. When you're building product, remember we said one of the mistakes is people rush product development. One of the major steps in product innovation is testing. You have to test your prototype for as much as possible to make sure that everything is intact. Like when I designed shoes in 2002, my first shoes selling on Amazon, I didn't test it.
Yeah.
That was my first mistake. I did not test it because I wear a size 13 shoe. And when I was making my prototype, it was size 10. So there was no way I couldn't even feel the shoe. I don't know how it felt. I don't know, I didn't give it to a lot of people to test for me. I probably gave it to one person, or I even didn't give it to nobody. I was just going by the design. I was, oh my God, it's so cute. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. Whereas the product were half a size smaller when we started making them. And people were returning them. They were like, oh my God, these shoes are very beautiful, but they don't fit. They're too tight for me. So
Yeah.
people will return it and they want to get a bigger size. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So let's take a quick note from our sponsors and we will be right back.
Wallysmarter.com is a cutting-edge software tool designed to help online sellers make more money on Walmart.com. Featuring advanced keyword and product research tools, Wallysmarter identifies high-demand, low-competition niches for you to capitalize on. With more accurate Walmart sales estimates provided by its easy-to-use Chrome extension, Wallysmarter takes all the guesswork out of selling on Walmart. Be empowered to make more informed decisions and grow your business like never before. Try Wallysmarter today with no credit card required. Did I say no credit card required? Anyways, use your coupon code POWER30 and get 30% off Wallysmarter today for life.
So our friend that is abandoned us today, but it's okay. We will forgive him because we love him. So let's talk a little bit about sourcing. So I know you have a lot of experience with sourcing, working with manufacturers. Would you recommend more different countries than China to source? Like when you innovate a product, will you just focus on China, or would you really think like where else can I manufacture that?
Well, Michal, that is a question that only very few people have ever asked me. So people, when they're designing product or when they are sourcing product, they are only looking at China. And when they get their prices and they're about to import their product, they find out very fast how much duty they're supposed to pay on that product when they're bringing it into the US. So now everybody's wising up to the term landed cost.
Yeah.
Your supplier price means nothing in this day and age. It is your landed cost that matters. How much is that product? Plus, how much duty are you going to pay on that product when it lands here? So I learned this lesson in a hard way several years ago. Not several, actually, maybe 5, 6 years ago. I was selling vinyls on Amazon, and we discovered that I was getting the vinyl from China, and then Trump came in. Trump became president, and there was like a special duty, 25% duty on most China-made goods. So that means I'm paying 25% more on that product, right? And then one day it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me see how much this product will cost if I source it in Korea. So when I got the sample from Korea, it was 10% more than the price of China, but the quality was way better.
Mm.
So I'm paying 10% more, and the duty was 0.
Oh, really? From Korea?
Yeah. So it ended up that Korea, even though the cost of goods was more, 10% more than China, but the landed cost for me was cheaper, was almost 15% cheaper.
Yeah, you see, that's why I'm so curious, and because I see so many people now are going different. It's becoming like a really big topic. All this, there's more countries you can manufacture. It's not just China. There's so many, like Mexico and Turkey and like you said, Colombia, and Korea are like the
Brazil.
number one in cosmetics. So I know. So it's no duty. I didn't even know that. That's like so good to know. So any other country you had experience with?
Oh, there's Korea? A lot. So I was buying a product. This was maybe less than 6 months ago. So they quoted me the price from China, and it was cheaper from China. But by the time I added the duty, I think the duty was almost 31%. So I ended up buying it from Vietnam
So
because my
again, it
land
came out cheaper.
cheaper. It came out cheaper. By the time I brought it in here, it was cheaper. And I remember the supplier was trying to tell me to do some, some fraudulent things. It's like, don't worry, make it in China. We will ship it to Malaysia and change the paperwork and then ship it back to the US so that it can look as if it was made in Malaysia. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. you know but to answer your I mean to agree with your point, there is Vietnam, there is
Yeah.
Colombia, there is Brazil, there are all these products, even Europe. A lot of people
Yes.
coming to our 3PL. We have products coming from Europe, products coming from India, Pakistan.
Oh yeah,
All these
India
places
is
have.
big. Yeah.
Yes. All these products are coming from all these countries and they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so interesting. I'm like so interested with that because, just to give seller different options. I think a lot of seller I know so many people, you probably know too, that they did this whole process of private label and something didn't work out, and then they just, got cold feet and stopped what they're doing because again, something in the process, especially, with China, there's a lot of issues like quality, and it's ending up being so expensive to lend it, like you said. So I think a lot of people should consider, different countries a little bit more friendly to work with, maybe a little bit more, you feel like. Actually, I have a very interesting question because, we know that a lot of time when you manufacture something in China, from some reason, right away, the copycat, right, starting, right? So do you think different country it's a little bit more safe to
I think
protect your
so.
brand?
I think so. I think in China, I think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Not every Chinese factory is bad.
Yeah.
And also in other countries of the world, not every factory is good. I think that with Amazon, the boom of Amazon, selling on Amazon or selling on e-commerce on Walmart and all those places, I think that really attracted a lot of young sellers in China who started copying a lot. So it's there's nothing bad about China. You can't really label China
Yeah.
as a bad country or Chinese factories as bad people. No, it's just individual. Unfortunately, it has to be on an individual basis. In other countries, right now, it's safer until they also catch up, until they catch on with the boom in e-commerce.
Yeah.
In the future,
Yeah.
we don't know if people are going to start copying products blindly, even from these other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this issue it will always be here. It's hard to, it is how the world is working. It is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. Just protect your brand with whatever
Mm-hmm.
you can,
Correct.
the trademark and designed, maybe copyrights and things like that. But yeah. So that was so much good information. So if people want to find you, where they can find you?
Well, just go to our website, honuworldwide.com, or you can send us an email, savings@honuworldwide.com, or reach out to me on LinkedIn, reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm there. You know
Yeah.
where to find me now.
And he's very sweet. So guys, don't be shy to reach out. And you also have the 3PL. So you guys are doing services and storing inventory and shipping it to FBA, WFS,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So you guys working with Walmart as well?
Yes. So we work with Walmart. We work with all e-commerce platforms. For anybody, you send your products to us, we keep it here for you. If you're having order fulfillment, we'll fulfill your orders across multiple channels. We actually still even have returns management. We're probably the only few 3PLs that I know out there that would do returns management for e-com sellers. A lot of 3PLs don't like doing it because it's a lot of work, but we have a software to take care of it. Another thing, some of the things we do that really set us apart from other 3PLs is we do bundling, we do kits, we do product repair. Yeah, we do product repair.
That's good.
Yeah, we do relabeling, we do QC on site, inspection on site. We do all this, even product assembly we do. People send their returns to us. We repackage the returns. Some returns just need cleaning up. We clean it up for them. Some products that do need liquidation, we will liquidate it for you. So we have like a real bouquet of services within our 3PL.
Yeah, and where is your location?
It's in Pennsylvania.
Okay, that's good to know, you guys. So here is the website, HONUworldwide.com. So feel free to reach out. And Kelsey, do we have any questions?
We don't have any questions yet, but if you have any after watching this video, just let us know in the chat in the Facebook group that's selling it on Walmart Marketplace. Join us there, and yeah. Yeah,
amazing. So Afolabi, thank you so much. It was great seeing you today, and
Same here,
hope
Michal.
to see you again somewhere.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michal. It was nice having this wonderful podcast with you. Thanks for having me over. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you, Kelsey, for being with us. So we see you next Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern for Q&A. So come with all your questions about Walmart.
All right.
Bye.